When I think of what a broken home is, I automatically think of someone who their parents are divorced or split up, or there's been some sort of domestic violence or drug abuse or something like that.
People are unhappy, they're not communicating, there's not consistency in behaviour.
Family unit in a dwelling that is dysfunctional.
Broken home in pieces, people left alone, outside the door, nowhere to turn. Yeah.
Broken home's a bit of an old-fashioned word. It's something that was used when I was a youngster, and it was always to do with the parents splitting up.
Instability and insecurity, where you can't sit on a chair because there's a leg missing or nothing's quite secure.
Things are broken because they don't work. Sometimes you have to take things apart to be able to put them back together again, you know, and have them working better than they've been working before.
When I first saw it, I thought it was about broken home, like children coming from a broken home, maybe a home that had been separation, that kind of thing. That was my initial reactions, but looking around, it doesn't tell that story.
Makes me feel that it's talk a lot about people who live in third world country, or not even third world country, people who are living in advanced country like New Zealand. They are facing all these calamities, natural calamities. So you can see same footage in your news what this art resembles.
I began to notice people really relating to specific objects within the installation, and all these stories started to come out about their childhood, about the object like that they used to have in their house. And that left me thinking that there was a lot more to the installation than we had sort of initially recognised. Deeper meaning to Broken Home, and its title is we're hoping to get people to reflect a bit about what makes a home, and that you can have a home that's full of, you know, really expensive she designer objects, but if it's empty of family and warmth, then that can be meaningless. Or you can have a home like this, which is shabby and worn and tatty around the edges, but each mark reflects the lives that have grown up and lived here.
It reminds me of all that old rubbish in your house, but you don't want to throw away for some stupid reason. And I think that makes a home, all the old stuff lying about and stuff. I've always like, if I walk into a really tidy house, I think, you know, it doesn't look lived in. You need all these old books and, you know, maybe the bin knocked over or something to make it look like it's a home, not just a house.
Broken home, literally, because many of the items and objects within it are broken and have been sourced from skips and things that people don't want.
It's a home that's been lived in. It's somewhere that things have gotten broken through use and through repetitive like play, like there's loads of kids around and stuff like that. So I think, you know, it's supposed to be a happy place.
When I sit here and look at this, I've still got the concept of a fragmented household, something very fragmented. The way that everything's hung up, everything's sort of suspended, but everything's sort of got its own place, and it doesn't quite fit.
All the old bits and bobs, I think it's symbolic to every home, basically, because I'm sure every house has some old tat that everybody loves.
It's a nostalgic look back to what family life was like. I don't think it was actually like that. But you know, we've got this cosy version of what family life was like, and everyone was together and nobody watched TV, you know, and everyone sat around the table and talked about their day. I don't think it was really like that.
Doesn't like to talk much, does Sydney? Keeps himself to himself, don't you, dear?
You want to look like this? I'm just into fishing. I just like fishing. That's why it's all this fishing line malarkey, isn't it? But she wanted to hang it all up and banging your head on it. I don't know.
Well, some shelves would have been nice, dear.
What do you call that? What do you call that behind you?
It's not very well fixed, dear. Bit like your moustache, dear.
A lady friend of mine one day thought it would be a joke to walk into a restaurant and have a little smoke. She smoked a little cigarette just like a suffragette. Then all the papers roasted her, and they haven't stopped.